Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amun. Last episode we went exploring through the rest of the Umar Hills here. We happened to find Valigar's cabin up here, which happened to have a new companion for us who was willing to help us figure out how to get into that mysterious sphere that showed up in the middle of the slums. We also found this cave here, which had a mimic whose blood we managed to bring over to a mage over here who screwed up how he was using it, and we had to destroy the golem he was making before it killed him. But yeah, things going on. We now know that we need to leave the area and head to the north in order to find this wolf cave. Temple ruins, that must be it. Let's go and investigate, shall we? A shadow thief. Please, death, too many. Leland's journal. Uh-oh. This journal was found on the body of the shadow-slain warrior that you stumbled upon near the entrance to the dark woods. The last entry is of particular interest. Nothing is as I'd imagined that it would be. I expected to become a hero when I joined Mazzy Fenton's party. I expected that we would slay monsters with ease and bask in the glory of victory as they do in the old tales. But it is not as it seems. I did not expect the drudgery of the march, the casual horror of slaughter, the smell of death everywhere. I swear I can taste it. We've killed so many shadows and black wolves that my brain has become as numb as my arm. I am covered in ichor, but have not the energy to even clean myself. If not for Mazzy, I think that I would be mad. She is a constant source of strength and always reminds us of the innocents that these beasts have killed, of the horror that we must take upon ourselves to save the people who have no defense. Mazzy is the hero here, not I. The battle has only just begun. Today we arrived at the entrance to the ruined temple. It was crawling with shadows. Were it not for Mazzy's quick thinking, we would surely be dead. There were far too many to fight, but Mazzy used the stained glass of the ruins to reflect what light we had, illuminating the entrance and sending the shades to their doom. While the stained glass caught the light, we were able to find a pocket of safety. Any shadows that came within were destroyed by the light. Tomorrow we will attempt to enter the temple in the darkness. I have never felt such dread. I try to be as brave as Mazzy, but cannot. I feel the horrible, inescapable urge to run, and when the battle is joined, I can only hope that I will not. Okay. Well, that gave us an important clue. Oh, geez, this is a really big area. And, yep, we have shadows to deal with. You will not steal my vengeance. Was that a werewolf? Uh-oh. And there's a wolf cave. Okay, let's investigate. It's right here.
I will do my best.
Best you make peace with your demons before I send you to meet them.
Man-things, curse you and curse the world. Can a wolf not enjoy her last meal in peace? We've come to put an end to the evil of you and your wolves. You've preyed on your last innocent. My wolves? Ha! No longer, fool. The pack has fallen under the fell magics of the Shade Lord. Your hunting has gone awry. You suggest that this Shade Lord is responsible, yet here you gnaw on the carcass of a human? Why would I believe such idiocy? I don't care what you believe, I speak the truth. This place was not always like this, floating in a false and unholy darkness. It began only a short time ago. The ruins to the east of the den have long been a place of foreboding to my pack and me. We have no desire to tread the ground of the fallen temple. The temple was once dedicated to Amunator, a god of the sun, and a great prophetess is buried within. It was a holy ground once, though now it is fouled. It is obvious that Amunator's power has waned, for if this were still his consecrated ground, my doom would never have arisen from the bowels of the temple. Go on. Some weeks ago, muted rumblings were heard beneath the temple. We paid little heed to them until the skies darkened and the shadows deepened. It was high noon when it happened, and the pack gathered so that I might calm them. I thought it to be an eclipse. It was not. The Shade Lord came among us then. He dominated my wolves. My children, with a glance. I changed form and leapt at his darkness, but he merely laughed. Anath, he said, bend to my will. You shall be the means of my revenge. He walked amongst the terrified wolves and killed them all with a touch. Once they were all dead, his darkness reached out to the corpses of my children and animated them as shade wolves. Numb with terror and sorrow, I ran. I've hidden these last few weeks from the shades that once were wolves, and from the darkness that creeps out from the temple that once imprisoned the Shade Lord. I will hide no more. This man I killed only to gather strength to face the Shade Lord. He wants only to kill, and those he kills, be they man-thing or wolf, arise as shades as his army. Will you allow me this revenge, or do I have to fight you as well? The Shade Lord seems to be the true source of this evil. We'll help you kill him. Meet me in the temple to the east of this den. Be wary of the shadows that lurk there. Make sure you are prepared before you enter it. So, while it is technically the wolves, it's not the wolves. It's a dark spirit. Which means it is not Umar either. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Fine. We'll have a werewolf to help us destroy this Shade Lord, whoever or whatever it is. We'll just have to be wary and hopefully get it on our side afterwards. Or get it to agree not to kill the natives, or hunt, or cause more problems. But something tells me we may end up having to kill it later. We'll see what happens. There's been no sign of the mayor.
Our actions are good.
I worry. Oh, that's actually the north. Okay. I still need to find out what happened to that mayor. So we'll be marching through here, keeping our eyes open for shadows and the like. Shadows and shadow wolves. There's a shadow.
For the fallen!
A dangerous mistake.
Here comes another. Two. And another. And another.
Righteousness shall prevail.
Don't let my friends be hurt!
Alright. That's those dealt with.
You shall
There's
suffer
some
my
more.
wrath.
I'll hurt you if I have to!
To battle and victory.
We have many shadows to destroy. I'd say kill, but technically I guess you can't really kill a shadow, can you? I don't know what we'll find within... Ah, there's Shade Wolves. We'll need to be careful just because Shades can do negative damage and drain levels and abilities. There's another Shade Wolf. Do be careful, you two. Seems that's as far east as we can go.
Come
Now
on,
to go
what
around
about
this
now?
side.
Let's kill.
Another Shade
Go
Wolf.
for the eyes,
Oh
Boom.
my!
Go for the eyes! Yeah!
Why did everything shake a moment ago?
Oh, squirrels, Boo! I know I saw them! Quick, throw nuts!
Mens, could you please maintain a little grace while in nature's presence? Sometimes I simply do not know how you came by your title of ranger.
Do you wish me dour and sour like most others? No, I say not. The animals run and play without care, and I would too, if such a thing was not squished through flat. But your duties are serious things, Minsk. Do you realize that? I am very serious. Boo would not let me shirk my duties. I would not want to shirk anything. No, ma'am. No shirking. Admirable, Minsk, but you use that word like you don't know what it means. Well, no. But it sounds sharp and painful, and I always reserve such things for freaks that might steal those squirrels' nuts. Good job, Minsk. You keep it up. Yeah, I will say, I do... Oh, I think I found where the temple is. Yes. This must be where the temple is located. Oh, that's a lot of shadows. That is a lot of shadows. Almost got him. Nope, here comes another. Okay. So if that's definitely going to be where the temple is, some of our abilities were drained.
I'm so happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
Hopefully a rest will allow us to regain our ability scores. I suppose a fireball could have taken care of those, but it also would have damaged us, and I'd rather not have. We killed them all fine, we just got the ability score loss, which hopefully are things that can wear off. I know I'm going back and forth with the map a lot, but shush.
You would get those...
Looks like a small, narrow area up here. No, that's actually the end of the map. And another Shade Wolf. Two of them! Where did you come from? You were behind us!
Yeah. The battle at victory.
Okay, the ability drains are actually temporary. That is good. That is exceptionally good.
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Go for the eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes. Yeah!
A solid
For the
hit.
eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes. Yeah!
Okay. That's cleared out that area. Looks like all we've got left is the temple. We've killed a load of the shades that are around here. Now we need to make our way into the temple itself. The edges of this pit are scratched and torn, as if some large creature has moved through here recently. The darkness of the pit is a black so deep it strains your eyes just to see it.
Go
More
for the
shade
eyes,
wolves
Boo. Go for
and
the
shadows.
eyes. Yeah!
You really didn't need to cast that. Here comes another shadow.
You shall
And
suffer
more.
my wrath.
Nature!
Take the life she gave.
And that's a shadow fiend.
Great fun!
All creatures
killing quite a few, though we've taken a fair bit of damage. I think I'll... here comes another. Just a shade wolf.
Nature!
Take the life she gave! Ah!
Excellent. Now, we should toss out a few heals
What is
for a
it
moment
now?
here. Well done. Now let me save before we charge in. It's a pity we're coming out here during the night. If we had come out here during the day, things might be weaker.
For the honor!
Feel the backhand of
I don't like the looks of
justice.
this.
Frederick Lionheart, it's a trap! Use the mirror to the left of the crystal there, to gather what light is left and avenge my pack! Anath's dying words said to use a glass to gather what light is left to avenge her pack. A hint, perhaps, to use something remaining from the old temple of Amalnathor? The polished glass of this ruined window catches some of the weak light that the darkened gem puts forth. You could arrange the pane in such a manner that it would reflect all of the light if you so wish. When you turn the pane of polished glass, it reflects the light from the gem and the area brightens. With the polished glass reflecting the light from the gem back upon itself, the illumination is significantly brighter. We probably could have done that sooner. We have 10 minutes. Let's see if we can how big this area is. Alright, into the temple we go. How big is it?
A den of stinking evil. Cover your nose, Boo. We will leave no crevice untouched.
Done.
Well, we found it. And it's got a decent size to it. I think we can clear out a bit of it. More shades. Quite a few, and skeleton warriors too.
Prevail!
Battle and victory.
Frederick, you have been taking a lot of damage, which I do not like. Frederick, are you seriously almost dead now?
Battle and victory! A dangerous
Finish off that skeleton warrior quickly. Thank you. Okay, skeleton warriors. They're a problem.
I shall go forth at your command. What is my task?
Skeleton warriors are a problem. Noted. Not gonna like those.
As you ask.
What's this? Amoana's bones. These are the bones of the child prophetess Amoana. The bones have been defiled and gnawed upon by the Shade Wolves. Ooh. That's definitely not good. Oop, didn't mean to do that. And another shadow. You shall not free the Master's consort, mortal.
Righteousness shall prevail!
Okay, the Master's consort.
I hit to no effect. I hit to no effect.
I don't like the looks of this.
To no effect.
The battle and victory!
Yoshimo, you're using regular arrows, aren't you? You are. That's gonna be a problem. I think that's a key. Yeah, Shadow Prison Key. More shadows.
The battle and victory!
I don't like the looks of this.
A Morn Ritual. This scroll is a tutorial for the morning prayer ritual of a follower of the sun god Amalnator. Know, my children, that when the holy rays strike the earth and dawn flows across the land like music, thou must offer the morn ritual that is pleasing to mine eyes and ears. Malign the ritual at thy peril. Perform it only as I have written. The first part of the ritual is smudged out. Perhaps you could reduce the action if you had the scrolls for the noon and evening rituals. Hold the holy tome up to the sun, and my power shall bless it. Reflect as thou perceive the victory of light over the dark. These are the things that please me. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Oh, hello, you were not there before. Neither of you were there before. Where did you two come from? Alright.
Oh, noble friends, I beg your assistance in this evil place.
Well met. Who addresses me?
Your Grace, I am Mazzy Fenton, a valiant servant of justice and righteousness.
As you can see, I could use your assistance. And you shall have it. How did you come to be here? I am an adventurer. I led my party here to discover the source of the evil that has befallen the area, which became abundantly clear when it slaughtered my companions at the Shadow Altar. You have fought my jailers, the Shadows. Those unfortunate souls are the remnants of live victims who have been perverted by the power of the Dark Fiend, the Shade Lord. Why is it here, and what does it want? It is here to dominate and to conquer. This Shade Lord seems to feed on the corruption of souls. If it is not stopped, it will continue to build its army of shadows. We are here to get rid of the Shade Lord. Why don't you tell us of your attempt? My companions and I were hired by Minister Lloyd of Imnesvale to find the Major Morella, as well as look into the rash of killings that has plagued the area. We found Morella's journal, which mentioned the unholy darkening of this land. The local legends tell of how the Shade Lord was struck down by Amaunator ages ago. We entered the temple ruins and found it infested with shadow magic. The Shade Wolves here are from the wolf packs that roamed these hills mere weeks ago. Through tomes and other clues, my party learned of a perverted altar of Amaunator which can only be reached through the bowels of this place. We had to find sun gems so the doors of darkness that the Shade Lord had placed along our path could be opened. They can be acquired if one passes Amaunator's tests. We searched for the 3 parts of the key to the door that leads to the horror that the Shade Lord commands. The Shade Lord commands a shadow dragon, a most deadly foe. We were struck down as he laughed, and I am unsure of how to defeat such a creature. Most horrible of all, the Shade Lord took the life force of my friends and turned them into members of his cursed army. My beloved Patrick has become a hideous shadow. I would gladly have sold my life with my friends, but the Shade Lord would not let the dragon kill me. He wants me to be what he calls his consort. He is not a creature of this plane and must possess a body feeding on its life. He inhabits Morella now, and planned to use my own body once Morella grows weak, I suspect. I have come to believe that this altar, which the Shadow Dragon guards, is the secret of this place. A way must be found to pass this beast, for he cannot be killed by such as us. The Shade Lord and his altar must be destroyed. I am uninjured and ready to fight with you if you will have me. We could use a valiant sword arm if you wish to join us. Then we shall travel together as companions. With Avarine's blessing, our partnership shall be a fruitful one. I should tell you first, perhaps, that I intend to rescue an old friend of mine named Imoen after this is done. It could be quite dangerous. Truly, another is held captive by the Shade Lord. No, Imoen was taken hostage by the cowled wizards in Athkatla. I intend to free her from their clutches. A noble cause that I shall be glad to help you with. I believe she is a paladin. Let me remove you for a moment. Let's see what you have. You wield Bow of Avarine. This enchanted bow has been in Mazzy Fenton's possession for several years, given to her by her god Avarine. It is usable only by halflings, granting a +2 bonus to hit rolls. And Sword of Avarine. Another gift to Mazzy from Avarine, this short sword may only be used by halflings. The enchantments that exist within this sword give it the ability to slow any opponent struck by it. Ooh. Well, you do use arrows, they wouldn't be very useful. You are a fighter. I thought you were a paladin. Heavy focus on short bow and a little bit on short sword. And you're wielding chainmail armor. Not quite what I expected. I'd rather have the extra cleric.
We must continue our travels.
Yes, let's get going on them in.
Are you sure that you wish me to leave? There is still much good that we need to accomplish in this place.
Think it best that we go on alone. I would have liked to stay. Please, at least avenge my friends and destroy the Shade Lord. I shall return to my home and trade meet. Farewell and good luck. So, trade meet is where we go in order to get her back. Noted. Tombelthan's Journal, second half. This is half of a page of parchment, yellowed and crumbling with age and speckled with old stains. The top of the page is torn and jagged, as if ripped from its other part. Its ink is faded, but still legible, however, and reads, "Clearing in the south of the area, placed carefully within a standing column of rock. These columns are common in this area, and this column is different only in that its clearing is surrounded by a copse of trees. I intend to send this journal on to my family, so that if I happen not to make it home, one of them might track down my cache and benefit from it. Idris Tombelthan." That could be useful for something. Oh yes, and you should be wielding this. Okay. Let me take a look in this one room. This bust is a depiction of the sun god, Amunator. The caption on the pedestal reads, "Let not the holy ritual be derided. None are worthy of his grace without first paying homage in the manner that he himself has prescribed. Learn the ritual, or face his punishment."
I don't like the look of this.
Something we will do. Let's adjust that a bit more. You, disarm that trap, please. Can you disarm the trap?
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Apparently, you can't disarm the trap. Curious.
Kill that over there? Come on, let's kill something.
Alright. So we still have much of this temple that we need to explore, but we'll have to come back to
Point
it
the
later,
sword,
because
and
this
I
episode
shall
has gone
strike.
on about long enough.
I hear you well enough. Very well.
You point where Minsk
Next
goes,
episode,
evil
I stand amongst
stands
we'll see what we can do about clearing this place out. And solving the various problems and clearing up and dealing with the shade. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Frederick Lionheart, Minsk, Anamen, Jahera, Yoshimo, and Eri. This has been a Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amun. And I shall see you all next time.